It had been probably 2 weeks until I said I love you, and then he started giggling and laughing, and then he said I love you back, and then it started as an everyday thing.
But living as a visually impaired person in Nigeria is not a very easy experience.
Knowing that Chitty fell for my heart and my words and my mind, and not worrying about my body and what it looks like, I felt truly accepted by him.
Before we proceed, you know, at the very beginning of the video, she says that these two already used the word I love you, or the three words I love you straight off the bat after 2 weeks. First and foremost, that told me that she's desperate. Really and truly told me that she's desperate. And also on top of that, it tells me that maybe he's even one of those typical love bombing kind of people. Now, the reason why I thought she's desperate is because prior to that, she spoke about how despite having 2 kids with 2 different baby daddies, no man has ever been in her life that has ever showed affection or any type of love. So that means her standard and her bar is very low, but also at the same time, her desperation to find someone to love her is also very high, which is probably why she was in a position where she thought, oh, I actually love this guy, because maybe he was scraping the bare minimum. But then let's talk about this area here where, as soon as she found out that he was blind, well, this is what happens.
Surprisingly, disclosing my condition to Rayne even brought us closer, and I hope someday we will get married.
I was never looking.
That information there hit me hard, and I was like, why would it get better though? What is in it for her that's so bad that, you know, even being with somebody that's blind is an even better thing? Self-esteem, not being confident in your own skin. And to be fair, based on her record, based on the men that she's been with, I guess it makes sense. If no man has never made her feel good with the way she looks, who she is, I can understand it. But either way though, if I was this guy, I'd be sitting there thinking to myself, so is this woman actually into me? Or is her bar that low that she's only into me because of my disadvantages as well as anything else?
I was never looking for a blind man. I never even thought about it. It never even crossed my mind. It's just that I'm very self-conscious about how I look. Just leave a shirt on for the most part. Lights better be off. So him being blind is a huge turn on for me because you don't have to worry about looking at me. I can come out of the shower and he won't see me. Like, I'm going to be so free.
I'm going to be so free. Wow. That is some sad stuff, you know. Sad stuff. Listen, nobody should ever be going into a relationship with anybody if you do not feel as if you can be confident around that person, both with or without clothes. It is very important that we are with someone that makes us feel good. Now, granted, this isn't his fault, because obviously right now they haven't even met yet, so therefore he hasn't even been put in a position where he can even make her feel good about the way she feels. But here's the thing, she can talk about, oh, well, he can't see me, so it's not da-da-da-da, but what about when he touches you? What if he doesn't like what he's feeling? What if you feel certain parts like blah, 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 blah? So my point being is, does it really make much of a difference if somebody can't see you, knowing that they can still feel you and they can still smell you? Because those things also play a factor too. And listen, let's keep it a buck. There are some people in this world that don't mind a little bit of fat here and there, because they like the handle, you know what I'm saying? More cushion for the pushing, as they say, right? And there's some people that, generally speaking, they care more about connecting with the person spiritually more than they do about really that person aesthetically. You see what I'm saying? So to be fair, this isn't something that would necessarily solve her issues. You know what I mean? Because like I said before, if you don't feel the way he wants you to feel, then it's peak for you. If you don't smell the way he wants, then it's peak for you. If your energy, the way you conduct yourself around him, if he's not feeling it in a good way, it's peak for you. It makes no difference. So for her to say, oh, you know, I feel like this was a good thing because he can't see me so I can roam around freely. No, you're mistaken. That is just the visual side of things. The visual side of things isn't everything in a relationship. The visual side of things isn't always everything in attraction. There are plenty of men out here that like women with a little bit of cushion, you know what I'm saying? Because they like the feel of that skin. They like to grab onto it, you know what I'm saying? And then there are women in this world who like men with that dad bod, you know what I'm saying? So really and truly, this woman needs help. Just saying.
Have you thought about the cultural differences, the religious differences?
He attends church regularly, doesn't he?
The difference is that I am not Christian and he is. I consider myself a Christian because I've seen a lot of the truth that's not mentioned in the Bible. A whole other world and galaxy out there For example, this, UFOs, Illuminati, these are all things that humans need to understand if we have any hope for the future.
Now listen, to be honest with you, I don't really care about people's beliefs. If somebody wants to be religious, they can be religious. If somebody doesn't want to be religious, then they don't need to be religious. If somebody wants to believe in UFOs and whatnot, listen, I don't really give a damn. Do what you're going to do to want to believe in what you want to believe in. But I do not believe that two people that come from two different worlds necessarily are necessarily a good idea, depending. If you're somebody that's relaxed about religion, do I believe you should be with someone that is strict about religion? No. Personally not, because one of you is going to try and convert one of you, generally speaking. It's usually the person that is strict, and that can definitely make you feel a bit uneasy. I know some people in some relationships, they can definitely make it work. Some people can convert and it's not an issue. Some people can get down with someone else's religion when that person's strict, which is fantastic for those people. But for some people, it's not going to work. And for her, it's not going to work. End of the day, this is a man that is blind, and I believe he became blind at the age of 19 or something like that. And he then turned to God. He became a Christian or whatnot, and he literally lives his life praying to God because God has been able to give him all these other things that he has in life, if you see what I'm saying, okay? So for her to come in and try and get him to change his beliefs, given the fact that his beliefs are a big part of why he's still here in terms of what keeps him going, despite the fact that he can no longer see. Somebody that's that connected spiritually to God, or however he is to him, converting him is a myth, and converting him shouldn't even be a thought on your mind. Letting him do the things that allows him to be him. Like, listen, the person that you have allegedly fallen in love with, right? He's like this because of his own beliefs. You come in and change those beliefs or remove those beliefs, then the person that you met and the person that you fell for, he may no longer be that person anymore. He may end up he may end up losing himself and change to someone that you don't like. So the fact that she thinks that it's okay for her to walk into someone's life and with the expectation that she can change this person's life, again, not healthy. So because he's blind, she wants to be with him because he can't see her, as if that's going to make a difference, not healthy. She wants to go and see if she can change his ways of beliefs, not healthy. She needs to be with somebody, let me not say it, I'll let someone else say it. That's if I put it in this clip, but let's get into it.
But I believe I can show Chitty the truth.
You're going to have to go to church. You're going to have to support
That's what you
him.
think, okay? But again, when I'm here to change somebody's life and fully wake them up, that's what I'm going to do. He could attend church, but eventually this man will be just as woke as I am.
You know, when she was delivering those lines and the passion and the venom in her eyes, that's when I was like, yeah, this woman is crazy. And it's going to be a roller coaster of a season for her. And I think, to be honest, because she already has very strong beliefs, which makes it come across a bit wackadoodoo, I generally believe that some of the things that she's going to be in for a shock when she goes to Nigeria are really going to turn things upside down. And based on the previews that we've seen moving forward for this season, especially when she meets the chicken and she discovers that they actually go into the chicken and all that kind of stuff, oh boy, the way she reacts, the way she is, I feel like she's one of those people that she puts herself into positions where she has an excuse to be nuts. But she could choose to not be in these situations for her own sanity. And I believe that she's the kind of person who does this because she's expecting to go in a situation that's going to make her nuts, hoping that she can change the people in that situation so therefore they can be where she's at in life. And she needs to recognize that walking this earth trying to change people is never going to be healthy for your own soul. Bonkers.
That's the way I am. Everything about me, the way I live, my thoughts, the way I keep to myself, just everything.
There's a time where, as an adult, you have to realize your opinion is not the only right opinion.
She's going to need to find somebody who is going to have the same beliefs as her.
There you go. She needs to find somebody who's going to have the same beliefs as her. She can't be going around this world trying to find people or being with people who she thinks, oh, I'm going to change you. Literally, again, going back to what I said at the very beginning, the bar has been set so low for her, right? That she's more than happy to get with anyone, and then she then hope to change that person as well at the same time. That is not a healthy look at all. Some people in this world are they're just on a freaking ruckus.
Because if not, it'll be a lot of turmoil. I
just want to also pay attention to that word, turmoil. If things don't go well, then it will be a lot of turmoil. This family knows clearly that Rayne has got issues. They know that if things don't go away, she can spiral. Damn. It's crazy, but she kind of reminds of Statler a little bit with her energy, the way she's really... Do you know what I'm saying?
is going to have the same beliefs as her, because if not, it'll be a lot of turmoil. I think
I do not work, so they give me a separate room where I sleep in. They feed me and they support me financially too.
So here's my only concern. Well, this is my only concern so far with Chidi over here. So first and foremost, he spoke about how Nigeria isn't really the place for someone who's blind. Straight away when I heard that, I said to myself, maybe he's trying to look for someone to help him come out of Nigeria so he can go somewhere else where it's more feasible for him. And, you know, that's why maybe when we're on an online dating in the hopes to find someone. Now, that doesn't mean that he wasn't looking to find someone on a genuine level, you know what I mean? Because that could still be a thing. Or it can mean that he's doing it because he generally wants to, you know, use someone to get out. So moving on to this last scene here where he talks about how pretty much this guy is financial free. It tells me that, again, he's used to that lifestyle now. I'm not saying that he's not looking to change that lifestyle, but he's used to it. And it's made him comfortable. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's expecting to have Rayne come in his life and basically look after him in every single way possible. Because his brother, his sister and his brother-in-law have been doing it, you know, and there's only so much they can do. And no one else is really going to do that in Nigeria. And also on top of that, I don't know if there's really any job opportunities for him in Nigeria as a blind person. I don't think there would be. So that also probably playing a factor in his choices. So I do believe that there's a potential chance that this man has purposely gone out of his way to try and find women online in the hopes that they can bring him to another country, whether that be the USA or the UK or whatever. But in this situation, it is the USA. So the question is, though, if they do make it work, and also on top of that, he's also planning on blindsiding her with this whole marriage thing. She doesn't know that she can't touch him physically until they get married because he hasn't told her that. That's not very good to withhold the information. So I do wonder why he's trying to push for that narrative. He says it's because he made a promise to God. Who knows whether that's true or not. Either way, though, I do believe that the warning signs that I've noticed so far with this couple straight off the bat is, one, this woman, she's not stable in my opinion. Her life choices around why she wants to be in this relationship is not healthy. And for him, I'm questioning why he was looking for someone online in an international space. You know, I'm questioning, you know, his intentions, because it sounds to me as if he wants someone to take him to America, basically he can live with that person, or take him to America because maybe he knows he can work there instead as a blind person. Who knows? Who knows? But either way, though, it is only episode 1. It is very early into the season. So I guess we have to see how things develop. But I know, and I have a strong feeling that this season, they are going to display Rayne has the crazy one and Chidi has the sane one. You know, there's always the thing where they need us to like one of them and dislike the other one. You see what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I'm getting to a point now where I'm starting to recognize that just because they display someone in the good, it doesn't mean that that person is in the good. Take Gino and Jasmine, for example. You know what I'm saying? This season, they're really showing that Gino's a bit of a, you know what I mean? Among other people as well. Just bear that in mind. But either way, though, let's see how this season goes for these two. And I do feel like, I was going to say I feel like this couple could be the couple of the season. But saying that, though, some of the couples that we haven't seen yet, they're looking crazy. And yeah, just wait for my other uploads as well, because boy, Lauren, yeah, we're about to go into that guy. That guy right there, we'll get there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.